Well, hello everyone and welcome to Pringleton Model Railway. Whether you're here for the first time or returning, thank you for stopping by. Your support is really appreciated. This time, Halloween is very near, so it's time for a slightly spooky special. We're going to be doing some work on Pringleton Church and setting a suitable scene for the season around it. So sit back, pour yourself a drink and enjoy. Welcome once again to the Pringleton Model Railway. Alright, okay, well, let's get straight in here with a look at our starting point with Pringleton Church. So we're going to pan over from platform 1 at the station, over the main Pringleton High Street, past Craig Lucas Heritage Rail Tours, over the zebra crossing there, and here it is, Pringleton Church in its current glory. So this is one of the box of used pre-assembled Metcalfe and Superquip models I picked up a couple of years back, and what a bonus for £15 that was, and what a time saver it was as well. And it's a lovely little model, but we want to do some stuff to this setting. So we've got the yard, the churchyard, the graveyard around the back there. So I've got a few things I'd like to do in line with the plan to get all of Pringleton lit over the winter period, ready for the next phase. So here is the model off of the layout, a close look, very nice indeed. And the first thing I want to do is around lighting. So I was initially considering building some sort of floodlight or something like that, but then I thought about the windows. I thought, wouldn't it be lovely to have these stained glass windows illuminated somehow? Now they are sort of stuck on inside separately, and it's accessible inside. So what I'm going to attempt here is to replace these cardboard insert windows with something of my own creation. Now it's not going to be as intricate as that, but I'm aiming to go for the stained glass look, and here is how I plan to do it. This is something which I salvaged from under my son's bed a few weeks back. We're having a bit of a clear out because he's got a sort of a bunch of fairly sort of early teen stuff down there which he hasn't cleared out. There was some sort of science set in there which included these sort of, I don't know, what are they, sort of science plastic-y sort of perspex-y slide type things which you do experiments on. Of course that was never used, but my plan is to somehow replicate the stained glass effect with these using a bunch of permanent markers. So I'll say it's not going to be as detailed as that, of course, but hopefully with that done, and then these inside, a little illumination, a single or LED or two inside, will give a lovely effect, and that will be the really nice phase 1. So let's get going and see how that actually plays out. So here we got one of those pieces of perspex or whatever it is, cut to size, and I've cut to size with reference to a paper window I've already taken out. So I'm using the cutting mat to mark up consistently where my sort of lead bars are going to be, and my lead bars are, of course, a silver Sharpie. Now I want to do this pretty thinly, like so, and I am, not going to go too intricate because it will fail. Just nice thin lines like that, so. And I'm going for some different permanent markers, and well, kind of just seeing what happens really. So ooh. That is going to look like that, and then the idea, of course, once that dried, from the other side, it's all quite neat, is that would come up in here like so, and then with a bit of light inside the building, should hopefully give a nice effect. All right, well, let's get some more of those done and see how it turns out. All right, well, that is 2 in place, and I've started with the ones that are round the back, facing the churchyard, the graveyard, so that if they are suboptimal, they don't have too much of an impact. And you know what? This could be pretty good. So I've pulled out the remainder. Oh, I've got to pull this big one out as well, but round the sides here. So I'm going to get those all made up and then everything put in place. So far, so good. Well, here we are. The article nearly finished. So all the windows are done. Different colours, different colour schemes. That one was slightly tricky and clearly needs a bit of tidying up, the big one. And around the back as well. So that all needs to dry, the glue all needs to set and everything like that. So what I'll be doing is popping a couple of LED bulbs up through the baseboard there. So we'd like to now bring a bit of life to the scene, or maybe not life perhaps. And for that, it's over to our new contributor, the Hands of Istead Rise. So this is what we've provided the Hands with, this rather quaint funeral scene for pallbearers, a coffin and a priest, the vicar there. And this is a kit from Langley Models from Amazon or eBay. And we can see they're metal. So the Hands has really got his work cut out doing something with these. Not unpredictably, he starts by spraying them with a good old coat of grey primer. And that, of course, is essential to set the scene for what follows. Now the Hands is a pro, and we can see that he's used the stalks on each of them to hold them into one of these little micro clips, and that means he's able to get going one at a time. And here we see him in action. So first of the pallbearers, all primed, and he's going to select his colour from his magnificent palette and work this up layer by layer. So starting with the skin tones on the hands and the face, and then picking out the detail as we go. Really is a masterclass. The brush slides over the feel like butter over a hot crumpet. And we can see that the Hands is expert here, real attention to detail on the face. So here's his face he's picked out, and now it's back to let that dry and now select a new colour for the coffin, and then indeed for the bodies themselves. And here we have one done. Face, body in black with the suit and the top hat there. And then rinse and repeat through all of the other ones. And what a labour of love this must have been. The finished article here for pallbearers, the priest and the coffin ready to go. And as a finishing touch, we've acquired this rather nice Oxford model of a hearse just to complete the scene. So there we have it. The church is done. The stained glass windows are in place. The lighting is in place inside, and some more scenic work has been done. The funeral scene has been set. Which poor individual is it who has met their maker here today? Could it be Jack Wright, perhaps? An accident at the level crossing? Or indeed, something even more sinister than that? Who knows? With Halloween just around the corner, it's time now to take a look at all of this in action in our spooky musical showcase. So there we have it, scary stuff indeed. Very pleased with the work on the church there. Those stained glass windows have come out pretty well. And of course, a huge thanks to the Hands of Istead Rise for his excellent work detailing our funeral scene. That about wraps it up for this episode. If you've enjoyed it, please do take a moment to like, comment, subscribe and share. Your support makes all the difference to us. We will be back soon with another episode, but until then, enjoy Halloween, don't have nightmares, take care of yourselves and see you soon. Bye for now.